Welcome back, guys, for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. To my left, we have my co-host Jay. Behind the camera, controlling all the buttons and good stuff, Miggy Miggy.
You get to see me again.
Yeah, and we're back for another episode of 295. 295, about to hit the big 300. I wanted to ask you guys, we have the White House card coming up this week. Maybe if you don't mind maybe pulling that up here in a moment. But there's a lot of good fights going on.
Yes.
It does seem to look like it's just going to be one card. Like it doesn't have like an early prelims and a prelim card like they usually do with like the UFC pay-per-views. I think it's just a single card that consists of like 7 or 8 fights, maybe. I'm curious as to why they did that. Because you're essentially giving a lot less fights on a single night.
Did they already officially release all the fights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The event's in 2 days. So.
If I were to guess, it's probably because of the security and whatnot was going to be there. It's just a control thing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje for the lightweight title. And you
let's go through this. What are you thinking?
For this fight, I think Ilya.
Ilya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah.
Same,
Mm-hmm.
Miguel?
I think Ilya has more chances than what even Kalshi is giving it.
I'm going to choose Ilya, but I want to bet on Gaethje because I heard his odds are like 4-1.
Well, they're giving Ilya 81% chance. No, 81%. Yeah, 81% chance or something like that to win.
I don't know if it'll say on the UFC.
Yeah, you got to go to Kalshi to see the odds on that.
Or you can just put odds and it'll come up with like the.
Yeah.
So these also fluctuate pretty constantly, but yeah, minus 550 to a plus 400. Yeah, that's a pretty wide spread. It looks like Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane seems to be a little bit of a pick'em, more leaning towards Alex Pereira, which I'm very surprised at because Cyril's the sitting heavyweight. And
he's a kickboxer and he moves a lot, but Alex Pereira has those heavy hits, right? So
they're both kickboxers. This is what their backgrounds are.
There's gonna be a lot of stand and bang, you know.
Yeah. Then we have Sean O'Malley versus Amin Zahabi.
I think Sean O'Malley got this one. I don't think Zahabi has it.
I don't even know who this guy is.
So he's actually
a younger brother.
Yeah, he's part of the training team for GSP. Like his brother was like the head coach for GSP back in the day.
I see.
Yeah, but
does he commentate the UFC?
No, his brother though does like a lot of content and stuff like that.
Okay.
Especially with GSP.
But he's not that, like, he's good, but he's not like that good. You know, what O'Malley's really good on his feet, you know.
Yeah, I think if it ends up just being a stand and bang fight, O'Malley's got that.
And he's 38 years old, so he's pretty old. You know what I mean? So
go back and see the rest of the card again. Josh Hokage versus Derek Lewis, which I really don't know what to say about.
So
that.
Wait, you didn't say anything about Pereira's Cyril.
I don't know. If I was a betting man on a pick'em like this, not gonna lie, I'd stay away from it. I probably just wouldn't, you know. Like it's really hard.
Big weight difference. Number one.
Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah.
He's 258. He's actually heavier than Cyril. The last thing I saw.
Which means he's gonna have a lot more power behind the weight, but he's gonna be slower than where he already is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's I think I'd pick Cyril Gane. If I was gonna pick somebody to win this fight, I would pick Cyril Gane.
Yeah, I'm going.
And the reason I say that is because he is already a natural heavyweight. You're talking about moving up to a weight class that's 60 pounds heavier, right? It's not like the other ones where it's like 10 or even 15 pounds in some cases. This is 60 pounds of weight difference that you're essentially going up, which I get. Like, for example, Cyril Gane doesn't fight at the max weight limit of heavyweight. He doesn't fight at 265.
And Cyril has a bigger arm reach, which means he's going to try to capitalize on that mid-distance, you know?
Just a couple inches. It's not. I don't think it's something that'll make much of a difference.
All right, so what do we got next? Sean O'Malley, we kind of talked about
that.
Yeah,
I think Sean O'Malley will win that.
Yeah.
Josh Hogan versus Derek Lewis. I think that's just gonna be a brawl. Whoever lands the first big
yeah,
punch.
let's just hope his
But
balls was not hot.
so, I would bet Derek Lewis on this.
Yeah, me too.
And the reason I would bet Derek Lewis on this is Josh Hogan gets hit a lot. I've only watched one of his fights, but it's in that one fight I watched him for 25 minutes straight. He gets hit a lot. And I don't think you can allow Derek Lewis to hit you that much before going to sleep and waking up in an ambulance.
Hoofy is gonna take it. He's much better, more technical than
Hoofy
fucking
versus Chandler. I got Hoofy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the stats.
Oh yeah, he's way bigger. So he's way bigger.
Chandler looks like he's had a couple CTE sessions already.
Well, yes. Chandler's been losing every single last fight he's had.
That's what I'm saying. He's had a couple instances of fucking CTE.
What is Michael Chandler's record?
This guy hasn't lost.
Past like 5 fights.
Losses.
Is what, sorry?
Hasn't won shit.
I'm saying what is his losses, like his last 5 losses, his last 5 fights in general.
Just do 5 last fights.
Yeah, just fights in general. Because I don't think he's won any of them, to be honest.
He hasn't. He hasn't won shit.
It's gonna be the same list probably.
Yep. Paddy Pimlich.
Nope, he 4 fights ago he TKO'd Tony Ferguson, and that was back in 2022.
Tony Ferguson, does it really count? He was fucking on the way out anyway.
Are you guys aware of the possible fight between Tony Ferguson and Dean the Great?
No.
Oh my god, I can't stand that kid.
I don't like Adrian Broner. He's out of control. He needs to go to a rehab center.
Well, yeah, Adrian's a drunk, but Dean, that kid, I can't fucking stand that kid. I mean, like the fact that he got smacked and then elbowed in the face all within like the same 2-day span for talking shit. I mean, it was well deserved on all occasions. I think he got hit another time. He got another thing that happened to him or something.
I think that's probably why he's been training now.
Oh, he was already like one of those influencer boxers. That's what he was been doing. I think that's why he thinks he's so hard, and he can just talk shit to anybody, and he thinking that he can fight somebody that's way bigger than him or actually a professional, you know. That kid's so fucking annoying.
Let's go over through the fights real quick, and I want you to look something up after we're done with that. I say Bo Nickel on this one.
Is this Mr. Bean?
Yeah, this is gonna be Bo.
I don't know, bro.
No,
this guy might be a little autistic, 17-4.
Bo is gonna win this one. Bo's been walking through people, bro. He's been mauling him.
He's coming off of 2 losses right now, I think.
No, 8-1, huh?
Right
oh, well, he lost not that long ago. I mean, he was undefeated.
Go down.
And
this is
Diego. Starting to see,
I'm taking Diego on this one.
People are starting to see more and more of the holes he has with his game right now.
I'm taking Diego on this one.
Yeah, I don't really even know the other guy.
Who is this dude?
Yeah. But I think it's kind of sad. I think we're only getting this amount of fights. I wish it was like a normal card, 5 or 6 fights times 3 would be nice.
And it's on Sunday, June 14th.
And it's on Sunday. It's on Sunday
nothing
at 8
on
p.m.
Saturday, right?
No, nothing on Saturday. It's at Sunday at 8 p.m.
Can you look up? Yeah, I kind of want to see. Can you look up SpaceX?
SpaceX?
Yeah, SpaceX. No, SpaceX shares.
On what?
The shares.
It's like $100 and some bucks, right, per share?
$135 per share. What does it go down on the chart? Because the trading starts basically tomorrow, so it's gonna be interesting. Go down. Yeah, the chart up before. It's not gonna show anything on it, but yeah, there you go. There's nothing showing. So tomorrow the trading starts, and just to give you an idea, SpaceX is overvalued. They're saying their valuation is 100 times EBITDA, and to put it in a retrospect, I think can you look up? It's like Nvidia is at only 20. Tesla itself is only like at 14, but they're valuing SpaceX at 100 some. Good. What was the SpaceX valuation? How much over was it versus its actual earnings? So
1.7.
94 revenue multiple, 90 to 95 times reality check. Okay, so click that microphone again. Give me the same thing for Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Amazon. And these are actually earning companies, right? So Tesla is at 13, 14 times, Nvidia 17, 18, which is fine because they're earning money. And like Nvidia is on top, Tesla is on top. They're actually putting numbers, right? Keep going down. Microsoft 14 times, Amazon 3 to 4 times, right? So it just gives you an idea about how much more SpaceX was valued.
Why was that?
Well, there's a couple of things that are floating. Number one is the cult following of Elon. Number two is the herd effect, right? Basically, a bunch of people, because it was 4 times oversubscribed. Which be like, oh shit, I want to be part of this too. What am I missing, right? Like the fear of missing out. Number three, which is very interesting strategy. Basically, what he did, he sold XAI, which is Grok, to SpaceX. But because XAI was owned by X, technically there's part ownership in X as well. Because he sold that over there, now the people that own X shares will also own SpaceX shares. And they input a clause in where it bypasses the minute you buy the SpaceX shares, you have to hold it for 6 months prior to you selling it. You can't sell it before 6 months. But there's a special clause that you can sell it after the next earnings, which the next earnings is going to come in September. So it's June, September earning comes out, they can dump the shares. So he did it in a way so the people that were sitting in X gain some of those profits and actually be able to sell it in the market. Because X is a privately owned company. Unless you're doing a private placement, you're not getting any other shares. So it's going to be interesting, you know. But the next game in town is really AI, right? So Anthropic is coming up, which is valued at $1 trillion. That's going to be next one, and then OpenAI is going to be the next one after that. They're talking about May of IPOs. They've already done more IPOs this year than they did entire year last year. So this is the year of IPOs. A lot of companies are going IPOs, and a lot of companies have been oversubscribed, overshared, overvalued. Um, there's like a boom going on, and AI is where it's at, and I think a bunch of people are gonna dump money into AI, like huge amounts of money. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And with Anthropic Claude 5, did you see the Claude 5? Bruh, it's legit.
What's so
So
different?
so last year they put out a little like a trailer teaser reel. It looks really cool. Like they took like old school type of paintings that it created. It almost looks like somebody painted this, but it was done by AI, and they just made a reel out of it. It's really cool the way they did all that, right? And then the paintings come alive. Like if it's a butterflies,
Can you look it
butterflies
up?
start coming alive.
Claude trailer or Claude
Claude
teaser?
5, yeah, Claude 5 teaser. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. So so just to give you an idea, yeah, that right there. Mm-hmm.
Just mute it.
Muted,
Just
yeah.
making sure it's muted.
This is all made by Claude. Pause it. Mythos is their most advanced AI that they only released to Amazon, Nvidia, so on and so forth. Mythos was able to go in and break every single patch that Windows released within 30 minutes. Each patch break cost $2,000 in tokens, but it was able to break it. So they released it to big companies to basically boost up their security, right? Just give you an idea what Mythos is. Fast forward.
I'm interested.
Yeah. That. There's another one that they did for the Fable 5, right? Like just do Fable 5.
Is it free?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that right there was all designed by Fable, right? Like watch that right there. It's gonna come through. That right there.
I wanted to design assets for me.
Assets, what do you mean?
That might be a thing that might get eliminated once this gets a little bit better. Royalty images, like stock images, because then I'll just be able to create those stock images to use. That's why I'm kind of interested in this.
Yeah. So this is basically the most powerful model that they created. It's really, really intuitive, and basically you just like they said, you throw at it a task, it does it. Just give you an idea.
What
A
else do
year
you want me to-
ago,
whatever else you wanted me to look up.
no, that's it. A year ago, Claude wrote only like under 1% of its code. Today, Claude itself writes 80% of its code. Just give you an idea how quickly that progressed, right? So basically, there's going to be a time where you're going to have to you'll end up bypassing the middleman situation. You're going to say, create this, and it's just going to go ahead and create it for you, versus you actually looking at the code, making sure that it's actually valid. You know what I mean? So Claude is definitely where it's at, and they're talking about that. You can already see the numbers. Like a lot more people are subscribing to Claude versus OpenAI, which is basically ChatGPT. So ChatGPT has been losing revenue, where Claude
Yeah, I've
AI.
heard a lot about Claude when it comes to editing.
Mhm.
Apparently, Claude has like a feature where it'll essentially take over your computer and
Yep.
do the
Yep.
tasks.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
if it
It
was
does.
you.
Mhm. You can
Not
connect up to
necessarily.
500 apps, different apps.
Yeah, not necessarily like telling it to do something and it just spits it out like the result. No,
Mhm.
it actually goes in and like takes control of the application that you're using and does the task.
Mhm.
Um, I've been curious to see what it can do when it comes to like photo editing.
So
Maybe.
like that's perfect for you. Let's say if you're working in a business and you have to constantly check your emails, right? You set Claude, hey, filter out through this. This is what I'm waiting for. Immediately notify me when it gets there. Blah blah blah. Constantly monitors your email box, gives you a snippet exactly, like just dials it down, basically to exactly what you need to know, and gives it to you immediately. That's just with the email, right? Like the basic stuff that it can do. Besides that, it can do a bunch of other shit too, right? Use Claude for free. I'm actually thinking about switching from Palantir to Claude, so we'll see how that goes. Because Palantir does give you Claude, but like a basic version of it, right? But it just really depends, because Claude is really good at the creative stuff. Google's Gemini is very good at research stuff, you know. So Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. And
Write, edit, and create content.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Generate code, visual data.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, fuck. I fucked it up. I fucked everything up.
What?
I didn't know that you were still reading.
You're good. No, you're good, bro. Go ahead.
So Claude is where it's at, and Anthropic was one of the companies that said basically
Okay, so this is interesting, yeah.
gave a middle finger to the United States government and said, I don't want you to use my AI for war efforts, right? So
So with
They're
the
pretty much
desktop
pulled
app,
out.
that's when it can write code, work with your files, and automate tasks while you focus on other work.
yep. Especially like Excel stuff, it can do that. Over 500 applications.
I don't
You
want
just
to download it
imagine.
right now because they'll fuck up a lot of shit. But I'm definitely gonna give it a try.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I mean, because of internet, we're connected directly to the fiber box. You should be fine if you want to try it out. Up to you.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see what's happening. Excited and not excited all at the same time. The other day I was looking at it. A lot of the white collar jobs are going to be basically canned
Should I
because
Sure.
so a lot of the white collar jobs are going to basically be phased out, right? And what happens when the white collar jobs are phased out? Those are the people that have the mortgages and shit, and their mortgages rated as AAA. That means they can't pay for their mortgages. They're gonna pull money out of the stock market first, so there's gonna be a big dump off of stock market. Gonna pull now. Eventually, they're not gonna be able to pay their mortgages. Mortgages gonna fail. Mortgages fail. United States government prints more money. The more money it prints, the more debt we have, and then 100% of the taxes end up going to the debt. So you pull that out, the entire system crumbles. So,
AKA crash.
aka big crash, irreversible crash, and we're talking about worldwide, not just United States. So it's gonna be very, very different, right? The future is changing, but the best way I can describe it is like if you think of it, back in the day they used to have entire floor of people doing math stuff and putting charts together, doing this and that, and then Excel came around, right? It kind of like modernized everything. Now you don't have the entire floor; people just freely using Excel, right? So that's what AI is gonna basically do. We're gonna because we're in the middle of it. It seems like oh my god, but like give it 20 to 30 years from now, our children's children they're gonna be like, hey, this is normal stuff. You know what I mean?
Miguel, at the end of whatever you're writing it to it, I want you to put PS at the end of every response you give me. I want you to go, here you go, Big Daddy. Just so you know. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah. So so that's basically what's going on with that. The world is not, it's an interesting different place. So Trump still claims that claims imminent Tehran says no final decision made for the deal with Iran. SpaceX prices historic 75 billion IPO at $135 a share. Trading in the largest IPO even begins Friday on the Nasdaq, valuing Elon Musk's rocket and satellite company at roughly $1.7 trillion. But what they did, they only released $75 billion worth of shares, right? So they didn't release the whole thing. SpaceX officially set its IPO price at $135 per share Thursday, aiming to raise $75 billion and debut on Nasdaq Friday under the ticket SPCX. Total investor demand topped $250 billion, more than 4 times its asking, with retail orders alone surpassing $100 billion, according to Bloomberg. The deal dwarfs Saudi Aramco's 2019 record of $29.4 billion, and Musk is expected to retain over 82% of voting control after the offering. There you go. So you were asking me like details on it. You know what I mean? Yet last time we did the
Yeah. Is it giving you an animated graphic? Right now?
yeah. It ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's doing this thing. What is this?
I didn't even tell it to get their logo, but it kind of did. It's not their logo, but it's like the little lightning bolt.
Yeah.
What is it making right now?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? Like it just gave you a YouTube little walkthrough, you know what I mean, of what's gonna happen.
Just create like a random animation with
It created a random graphic animation,
yeah.
which is kind of cool. It's good. That's pretty fucking good, because people are dumb and this is pretty easy to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's 16 by 9 for like a story post though, but
Okay, let's change it up a little bit.
here
Here you go, Big Daddy.
Chad didn't get to see it. Let me show them real quick. So this is what it came up with after I wrote a prompt for it, which is pretty good. And now it's generating.
Very cartoonish.
Now, if you were,
I wonder how many styles it can vary through.
if you were
That's
to,
what I'm trying to find out, to see if you can give me like realistic versions or just cartoony versions.
if you were to sit and create that on your own, how much time would it take you?
I don't make a lot of graphics anymore, personally. That's not.
If I wanted to
Miguel
replicate
does.
it, the
Guesstimated.
hard part is getting the idea, which is this makes it simple.
Say you have the idea, how long would it take?
Oh, then it takes 15 minutes less.
15 minutes. This did it in 30 seconds. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. That's literally just everything supercharged, right? Onto the max.
This is the problem, though. This is where I've found the issue with trying to use AI. Is exactly what's going on right now. Is Miguel might have seen it and go, okay, that's good, but I want to do this, this, and this, make these changes. If like he would have just went through those 15 minutes and then made the graphic and then said I want to make these changes, that takes 10 seconds. And then with this, you got to tell it and wait. Tell it and wait.
And if
tell
it fucks,
it and
and
wait.
if it fucks it up the second time, it's so much harder to fix too.
So, but here's the thing, right? Yes.
See, like it didn't use a real photo, like you told it.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is where your prompts come in. Like this is where you do your prompts. Once you figure out what the prompts are, then you can exactly give it exactly what you need it to make. Right? So
That Roblox character
That is crazy
is
work.
wild. Why is one arm like super big? Is he like an arm wrestler?
no, because that's the arm they use to wrench at everything. So their
Oh.
arms are bigger, you know?
Oh, just the right arm.
Okay. I mean, it's usable. You could use this like once or twice.
I think
but
right now when it comes
you
to
get
ini-
it prompted a lot more.
I think right now when it comes to image generator, the best things are Higgsfield and Nano Banana.
Nano Banana is best for the image generation. That is correct. I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Nano Banana and Higgsfield are the best I think for when it comes
Oh,
to.
on our list.
Well, you know, Nano Banana has its own like website you can go through, but I think Artlist is like one of the, you know how like these fucking AIs are now. Everyone's partnering with each other, so it's like on ChatGPT you
Gemini
can
has
use this and this and this, and on Gemini you can use this, this and this. Like they're all crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, well Higgsfield has the best AI generator. We're not even gonna try and make one. We're just gonna integrate theirs into ours and sell it. Like
Yeah, so
I'm currently just trying to see if Gemini could generate a water line for me. How about
Which-
a main water line?
I mean,
I could use that.
you can really use that.
All right. Well, give me another one. This gives me a graphic.
Because you're not prompting it correctly. The whole idea is prompting it correctly.
yeah, he's right. The prompts have to be pretty in depth if you want it to do something very specific. You know.
Now, where Claude comes in, you can give it a prompt and say, hey, or Perplexity, hey, like you give it an idea and then give me prompts for this idea. And then you read through the prompts, which one makes more sense to you. That's the one you copy and you throw it in Nano Banana, right? So it just you can go back and forth between the AIs to kind of play them against each other, right? And utilize it. So you can use just a basic idea to do what you wanted to do.
and that's the hard part. It's having to balance all those tools together. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and that's where
Look-
perplexity comes in, right? I guess.
Look at the thing I just put in Discord. It's gonna be an Instagram link in the mod chat for our Discord. No, at the top. It's at the top, right there. The first one in the folder. Yep. Click on that. This is what I think would be really cool for us to use in our.
That's definitely AI generated.
But look at this. So this is like mixing real footage with fake footage. With fake like AI footage. Because clearly this is all AI.
Yeah,
But like this one's not that good. You can tell it's an AI a lot.
yeah,
But there are some really good ones out there. Like this one almost looks like a video game.
yeah.
But I think that's where like in our job, like we've used it a couple times already. I don't know if you know this, but like Dude and like Toby have been using AI to like mix in like really cool like creative shots. And dude, it can do a really good job sometimes. You give it like a start frame and end frame and tell it what to do in the middle, essentially. Like dude used it where he had a drone shot. It was flying the drone, and then it like the drone essentially looked like the drone went through the window, and then it went to an interior shot of this yacht on a boat. Like one of
You know what it is? How I can tell? It's too fucking perfect. The image is too fucking perfect. That's why I'm saying it's AI. You know what I mean? Just everything looks fucking perfect.
These photos always look good from afar. Then you start zooming into them, and you start seeing really weird things.
Well, I'm sure, but who does the zooming in? Only people that mess with photos, right? Like, cause.
But the problem is there's a very weird gray area where a lot of people are going to be able to tell from far away, and a lot of people aren't.
Well, the only people that work with this will be able to tell. An average person that doesn't know shit about AI, like you show this to your mom or your dad, you think they're gonna be able to tell this is AI?
Not necessarily maybe my mom or my dad, but then might be able to show it to one of my friends my age.
Yeah, because you guys grew up with AI, right? So it's very easy. Like the young ones, even the young ones. Yeah, but that's gonna get better. But let's go down to the picture with the house, right? Let's say you're putting your house for sale. You if this is what it did, without having the stock photos. Now imagine giving them stock photos and saying it, like, I need to sell it. Like, you can tell by the clouds that it's AI, you know, from far away. You can tell the way it's doing the...
Not really. The way that I can tell is the weird blur that I gave the trees in the right
That's
side.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that was about to get there. To that what's that effect called?
Bokeh?
Bokeh effect, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. But even the clouds are weird. They just don't look natural, right? They're just too...
The clouds look fine. I think the clouds look fine. It's that tree.
Yeah. I don't know. The overall picture itself looks AI to me. Like, I would look at this and say, yeah, there's something wrong with it. Yeah, see that crack in a pipe? That's just weird to me, you know? That stainless steel look is all weird.
It has its uses.
Oh, of course it does. An average person will not be able to tell the difference, you know, so that's the bottom line. Which is most people are average people, so. Now, if you get really good at it, then they'll be like, oh, he's using AI, because they're going to try to expose you, right? So that's where you run into issues, but other than that.
There's a lot of tensions going on right now again because of the Carmelo Anthony situation.
Yeah, that was, can you go over it again? He got 35 years. He was 17 years old, right? Because he beat a co-student, basically.
Stabbed.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a track meet in Frisco, Texas, after a confrontation under a team tent. Anthony admitted he stabbed Metcalf, but claimed he acted in self-defense after being confronted and touched/pushed. Prosecutors argued that Anthony escalated a minor dispute by using deadly force against an unarmed student. In June 2026, a Texas jury found Anthony guilty of murder and sentenced him to 35 years in prison. The case received national attention because of the ages of the teens, racial tensions surrounding the incident, debate over self-defense laws, and controversy regarding jury selection. And he has filed an appeal. His legal team continues to argue that the conviction should be reviewed.
So I'm going to tell you guys this very short, summarized version I heard of this story. And I heard this secondhand from somebody, so I don't know where they got the story from, but this is the only version I've heard so far. So maybe you guys can tell me what I've got wrong, right? So Carmelo, right? Carmelo, apparently there was like a track meet, and they were in like this tent that they use as like their like kind of hangout area during the track meet. Carmelo went into the tent and started like antagonizing people, or like saying like talking shit, like and saying stuff to the people in the tent. And then apparently like one of the people, like they kept telling him like to get out of the tent, and somebody went over and like pushed him, and then he stabbed him. That's the story I know basically.
I didn't know about the first part where he was antagonizing people. I've only heard the second part where
Yeah.
he got pushed around and he was told to get out of the tent.
So the arguments I heard were that he didn't. His family didn't have enough money to get a good defense team. That's why I got 35. Then I also saw that they've been comparing
But
all.
35 in Texas is not that bad.
Yeah. So then I heard that they comparing him to another white guy, and then they compare him to the Hispanic guy. They're saying it's racial. This is why he got that. This and that. The third. Now I myself haven't dove into the case. I haven't dove into the other cases where they're comparing, where they're not comparing, because it's never what it is, right? Because in a reel, people can put only so much information before people just like skip it. So they have to start with a controversy to begin with, to generate, comments and so views and so on and so forth. So,
Can you give me the mic?
so, right.
What did the witnesses say that happened prior to the incident going down? Like him, Carmelo going into the tent. What happened when he got into the tent? I heard something about him having his hand stuck in his backpack while he was walking around. Can you give me what the witnesses had to say in court? Here's what witnesses said. Multiple students said there was a dispute over a space under a team tent during a rain delay at the track. Witnesses said Anthony was told repeatedly, some said 15 times, or about 15 times, to leave the Memorial School tent, but refused. Several students described him as arguing and getting more aggressively verbal instead of leaving. Some witnesses said he was standing there while tensions built and that Metcalf eventually confronted him after the warnings to leave. The hand and backpack detail you heard, this part was specifically mentioned in multiple accounts in the police report testimony. Witnesses said Anthony had his hand inside or near his open backpack during the confrontation, which was interpreted as suspicious behavior. One witness account said Metcalf pushed him after back and forth, and Anthony had his hands still near the bag right before the stabbing. Prosecutors highlighted this as evidence that he was already holding or reaching for the knife before the final moment, while the defense argued it could have been instinct or fear. Students testified that Metcalf and Anthony exchanged words, and Metcalf allegedly pushed or shoved Anthony to get him to leave. Right after the shove, witnesses said that Anthony pulled the knife from his backpack and stabbed him in the chest. After the stabbing, witnesses said he ran away from the scene and later discarded the knife, while others tried to help Metcalf, who collapsed shortly after.
It's him throwing the knife away. I think that's what did it. If you would have
Well,
kept the knife.
I heard that the defense, that they were trying to get it played off as manslaughter, and it gets a little weird, right? Because I've seen in cases too where somebody will go and, let's say somebody walks up to you and just pushes you, right? And then you pull out your gun and you shoot them in the chest. It might not necessarily be as simple as you were self-defense, because they can basically say, well, did you try getting away? Did you try looking for help?
Was your life in danger?
Was your life actually in immediate danger in that moment? Or did you feel so enough warranted to do so? And in this case, it's one of those things where it's like, is your life, like I looked at it, I was thinking about it, like, is your life really that much in danger? You think that if this kid pushed you, your life is now in immediate danger? And the group of people surrounding you, that they're just going to, what was he going to jump on top of you and beat the shit out of you and nobody's going to do anything about it?
Yeah, you could have just walked away, you know.
Could have just walked away. I mean, even if he pushed him back, like if, for example, he pushes you, you push him, they can't really do shit, right? That could be looked at more of self-defense, like trying to get him off of you or whatever. But he pushes you, and then you pull a knife and put it in his chest. That's not self-defense in a certain, like when you look at it in a certain way. And I think that's where people get confused with self-defense. They think that automatically when someone touches you or puts you in some kind of danger, then now you can do whatever you want to them back.
I don't think people get confused about it. People have some sort of an agenda. They come in with preconceived notions. about something, so they'll look for everything. The problem is hindsight is always 2020, and most people are not in that situation, so they don't know exactly what was going on, what was
Yeah.
happening, what were the. So can you hit the microphone again? Tell me what was different with this case versus other cases that were extremely similar, um, and give me the parts where it was completely different and where but the prosecutors might have looked at the sentencing a little bit differently. So I think this will give us a better understanding what was going on. Um, what was saying when you compare these cases?
The difference mostly comes down to who is seen as the aggressor, how clear the threat was, and how avoidable the situation looked. Biggest difference: who created the danger. In many similar cases where teens claim self-defense, the key factor is defendant is suddenly attacked or is clearly in immediate danger, choked, punched repeatedly, or cornered. In this case, based on witness accounts presented in court summaries, he was allegedly already in a tense situation for a while. Witnesses said he was told multiple times to leave the tent. The confrontation was described as something that built up rather than exploded instantly. That matters because prosecutors can argue this wasn't a sudden self-defense moment, it was preventable escalation. The weapon already present factor, huge legal divider.
Well, just keep the headlines. It's kind of clear because we already went through it. The multiple warning to leave, and then
Go up again.
The shove versus deadly
that's what that was.
response, the shove versus deadly response, and then location matters more than the people think. School event setting.
Why does that matter? Can you break that one down a little more?
This happens in
The school thing.
It's right there. This happens in a crowded school athletic environment with the witnesses everywhere, structured supervision nearby. In similar cases, it says right there.
No, it's good. I just want him to read it, McGee. You're good.
In similar cases, fights in isolated or spontaneous street fights, given more ambiguity. Here, many witnesses, clear timeline recognition. Less fog of chaos. The tendency. Okay.
So essentially, what it was, the location.
Hit the microphone
thing
again. Hit the
is
microphone.
a little bit of like, well, we kind of know exactly what happened because everyone's telling the story.
Yeah. So I want you to compare this to the case where there was a white teen, 17 years old, and then there was another one that was Hispanic teen, 17 years old. The white teen got 25 years. Hispanic teen was put on probation. And tell me what are the differences between these cases. So that's what they were comparing to most online when they're saying it's controversy and this is racial related. White teen, 17 years old.
Oh, it's saying it can't really identify which cases you're talking about.
Well, what is it going to say?
When you see two 17-year-olds, this is all bullshit shit
Mm.
because it doesn't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, well, it does. Hit the microphone.
What
Hit
do
the
you mean? I
microphone.
just told you it doesn't.
Hit the microphone. What were the most recent 17-year-old stabbings that gained some sort of a media coverage? That were one of the stabbings, the perpetrator was a Hispanic teen at 17 years old. Another stabbing was a white teen at 17 years old, and another stabbing was a African American teen, 17 years old. Give me the three cases.
Why didn't you just ask it what cases are being compared to this?
I want to be a little more exact because it's already giving me.
I feel like
fucking,
there
there
you
you go. Frisco, Texas, Carmelo
I feel like
Anthony case, black teen. Queens, New York, 17-year-old murder charge. Suspect name withheld. Sent down California, gang-related teen stabbing, multiple minors involved. Okay, keep going down.
I feel like you gave it more of a general search than if you would have just asked it what cases are being compared to this.
Okay, so now hit the thing and say what you're going to say.
What are the cases that are being compared to the Carmelo Anthony case in the media right now? It seems to be a lot of cases, or there's a few cases that are being compared to this with different results.
So we'll figure it out now, I guess.
Right now, the media comparisons to Carmelo Anthony.
Rittenhouse,
are most commonly Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, you know, Kyle like tweeted something about this. Kyle came out and tweeted like, all the same people that are screaming for self defense are the same people that called me a racist Nazi, this and that. Da, 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 da.
Smart. I mean, can you say anything about it? I mean, that's exactly what happened, right?
I don't know enough about the situation.
So it's rejection, comparison, multiple cases grouped together. Teen stabbing plea deal, probation cases, Hispanic and minority teens often cited in online comparisons. Okay. So basically, they're social media, and from what I'm gathering, they're comparing apples to oranges. You know, the cases are not similar at all, but to generate some traction on their reels and posts, to put that racial spin on it. They're doing that.
Some of these other cases are also based on environment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of it's gang related. So
Yeah, they're not exactly the same. And again, as I said, hindsight is 2020. Suddenly, everybody is a fucking expert, you know, because they went to the damn Chat GPT and asked just dumbass questions, and now they think they know what the hell is going on. You weren't there. You're not part of the prosecution. You're not part of the defense. You don't know exactly what happened. You don't have all the details, and now you're coming out here and you're trying to put your opinion in and say this is how it is and this is how that is, and then try to fucking cancel people, right? So, or get some sort of a riot or some sort of a fucking um, what you call it, reaction from the general populace, right? Um, Bottom line is this: ain't nobody got enough money in the United States judicial system unless you're really, really rich, right? Not a lot of people can have that kind of a defense, right? Unfortunately, that's what it is, right? There's a lot of that goes down to money, and a lot of lawyers will not take the case, you know, unless they're
Ben released Reckless Ben from the Bricks and minifigures situation.
mm-hmm.
He released another video updating that he can't talk about the people no more because they claim that they're trying to murder people at the company, and they're doing bomb threats and all types of shit. And now they're basically going to court.
What?
Yeah.
I'm lost.
You never heard about this Lego thing?
Mm-mm.
So the general story is essentially this guy, he collects Legos,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he had, apparently it's like almost every single Star Wars Lego set that's ever been released, like in the boxes new, is what it is, right, Mickey?
I don't know the details of the Legos. I know it was worth $200,000.
Yeah. Anyways, these Legos are worth $200K. He went to a store, and put them on consignment,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you know, store has them on display, but they're his Legos still technically. Store gets sold to another owner, and new owner don't want to give Legos back, nor pay the money for them, and that's a whole big legal issue that started happening, and now a YouTuber went and started making videos to help the owner of the Legos, which is like some 80-year-old man, right? Old dude.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, good.
And now this YouTuber is getting in trouble with the law because apparently the new owner of the store has the police in his pocket.
So you skipped a couple things.
That's the story right now.
Yeah. So the people that they did the consignment with, they got shut down because they went to the store, I think as like UPS drivers, and gave them a contract to sign that every time they called the police on them, it was $5,000, and every time they would show up to the store, they would call the cops immediately, and they had the cops in the pocket or something, because every time they would just be like, you can't be here, you're trespass, or you're getting arrested if you come here again. And they just kept doing the same shit. Well, they went bankrupt. They couldn't keep up with all the bills and shit, so they closed down the store. They had also attempted doing something like buying the property, because technically it was on sale, and they were getting like each person in the group was applying for like $10,000 worth of the Legos, and they managed to split it up and do a whole entire civil suit against them. That's another conundrum. So they ended up closing the store, which it's a franchise store. They went to Oregon, I believe, to talk to the corporate as well, and they claim that they don't have them. They don't have them. So then they moved, I think, the location or they sent out Brandon, which is part of corporate, to like look for the Legos, and then from here I can't really continue because I don't really know what
So
happened.
basically,
after that.
what
They tried serving him afterwards. You can continue. From here.
basically what's going on is like, okay, you went bankrupt. Somebody came in, bought the store. The liability of consignment is still on you. It doesn't matter that you went bankrupt. So why am I stuck paying this if I got what I got and it's up to the owner to pay out? Why are you suing me? If they got money, they're gonna get out. They got money, they're gonna get out.
Well, I gotta give the Legos back.
No, they don't.
Why?
Because the owner sold the store with everything in it, whether it was consignment or not. So he's taking the responsibility for those things. He could have sold everything without those Legos, but he did.
They believe that those Legos are still there because when they did the check, they had seen that there were Legos there that were still there. And they tried telling them, hey, we don't have all of them, but we have these. And it was like nothing. Like, not even, they kept 10 times the amount of what they were trying to give them.
Yeah, so basically, this is the thing. This is the problem. Store A goes bankrupt for whatever reason, right? They can't get out of it. They signed a contract without checking the contract. Number one, yeah, maybe it was under, maybe if they can prove it was under false pretenses, then this and that. I'm assuming on this one, right? They end up selling their store with all the inventory in it, right? However, whenever, whatever that happened. But the store owner is not buying the liability on that unless this was included in a contract that when you buy this store from me, you're also buying the liability.
I mean, I'm assuming that's how it would work, bro. Come on.
Not really.
So you're telling me that if I take my Ferrari to some place to sell it on consignment at a dealer, and that dealer goes bankrupt and sells it to somebody else, the old owner is
the one responsible because they
liable
took
for the consignment. No, that's under the business.
The old owner.
That's under the business. That doesn't have to do with the owner. That consignment deals with the LLC. You came in and bought the LLC. Now that's your
fine.
Consignment deal.
But if LLC wasn't bought with the consignment in the clause, then
so
they're not
where does the
responsible with
consignment go?
It's owner's responsibility.
Into limbo? No, because it's the LLC's responsibility, not the owner's.
Whatever. Unless they buy it with all the liabilities and everything, then yeah. But if they didn't buy it with all the liabilities, then it is what it is. I'm telling you.
How would that work? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just.
How would you go in and buy an LLC without owning all the liabilities?
Well, here, put. Let's see what it says. Okay, so I own a Ferrari. If I take it to a store for consignment and give it to them to sell it, but then they go bankrupt and somebody else comes in and buys the store, including my Ferrari. Now, what legal rights do I have to get my Ferrari back or the money for it if the new owners don't want to give it back or sell it? And this will give us all the options. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You usually still own your own car.
Go back up.
Let's
I
get
think.
to it. Let's get to it.
Bottom line, if properly structured, you should get your Ferrari back.
Correct.
If not properly structured, you may only get a bankruptcy payout, often reduced.
Mm-hmm.
If a buyer took it knowingly as your property, you likely have a strong recovery claim.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's properly structured, go back up, and the very top, it gave you exactly what we needed. A little more. Right there. The situation turns one key legal issue, whether the consignment was properly structured and whether your Ferrari ever legally became part of the store's assets, just like I said. You know what I mean? So that was the thing. Like if I'm assuming if they went bankrupt, they didn't have enough money to get a normal lawyer to put the shit together. It was probably like a handshake and a fucking little bill of sale.
It probably wasn't even bankrupt, honestly. I think it was probably just they shut it down because they didn't want to deal with that.
Or they shut it down, but somebody had to come in and buy the company and the name and the this and the that, right? So if just they sold the name and everything with it without the liabilities and that structuring not being in there, so core idea. If you can prove that minifigs was never part of your bricks collection, then legally it belongs to you, no matter who buys the store. But if it got mixed into the bricks, you're no longer chasing the minifig. You're chasing value from the pile. You want? I can map this directly. So you see what I'm saying? So the original owner's fucked up, and good luck for this old man getting his money back. He can sue whoever he wants. And if they have enough money, they can just say, fuck this, we're keeping the fucking figurines. You know what I mean? Especially if they can get large amounts of money. Because if they take those figurines, right, get somebody in there, and then they price them at X amount, and then they say, we're going to donate all this, now that's a tax write-off for them. So they can win on the back end with that too. So
What was supposed to happen? Store holds the Lego minifig, stays yours. Store sells it, buy a piece. Owner gets this. Store keeps that. What actually happened? The franchise location changed hands. New owners took over the store's brick pile. Inventory got disputed. Some of the Lego collection was missing or not returned. New owners claim we didn't agree to that consignment. That wasn't our deal. We didn't have the full records. The core conflict, the family says the minifig is ours, you're just holding it. The minifig is part of the brick systems we took over or not properly documented.
exactly or not, was the minifigure ever properly separated from the brick inventory system? Yeah. If yes, proper consignment tracked, it is still the family's property. If no, it gets treated like store inventory, which is what's going to happen, and he's going to lose that case. That's that.
Well, whether that gets returned, the money gets returned, or the figs, they're definitely uncovering a shit ton of fraud in the police system.
So there's apparently a clip of when... So they go to arrest this YouTuber, Reckless Ben, right? And there's a clip apparently of... basically, the officers had their body cams. But apparently, like, the... a bunch of audio from it was redacted. And usually they're supposed to only redact things for, like, somebody's name or personal things, blah, blah. Got leaked, whatever. YouTuber went together and, like, stitched all the shit together to make, like, one full video that had a complete timeline where no gaps in between of audio. And apparently the cops at one point are sitting there, like, having a conversation of what can we get this guy on to take him in? We need to arrest him. What can we take him on? Can we take him on this? No, not that. Like, back and forth, kind of like going through ideas on what can we arrest this guy on.
Oh, good. At least one police. Well, the police. That's a different issue, right? So they're gonna get fucked. Like, if anyone,
that's what he's saying though.
If
like
anyone
that,
out of this whole
besides whatever the actual situation happens, like there's a lot of other shit being.
What's
uncovered.
this YouTuber's name?
Reckless Ben.
I give it to him. I give it to him because if anything, Reckless Ben is gonna be the only one that's gonna make any money out of this. Number one, YouTube views.
He's probably gonna give a bunch of money to the guy.
He's not in the U.S. right now. He can't.
Yeah, they're like hunting his ass down, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be the only one that's gonna get money, and he's gonna be the only one that's gonna get a hell of money from the department. And then if he's enough human, if he got enough money, if he's enough human, he'll take that money and give it to the family. Basically say, hey, here's your money.
I think he's helped them out already, right?
So he can't keep talking about it because he doesn't want to risk his friends. But he also didn't want to risk the, I was going to say OnlyFans, holy shit, the GoFundMe for the family, which he's made. And I don't know, but it should be pretty up there.
It's probably over 200 at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, they removed it
2 days ago.
$95 raised.
You know, GoFundMe will remove a lot of the campaigns the moment somebody gets charged guilty, like sentenced guilty. No. Like murder case shit. Like, oh, we're GoFundMe.
Where's that money go? Do they return it?
I think they return it, yeah. I mean, I don't think they just pocket the shit.
I want you guys to see this quick video.
Here you go, Biggie.
Play it.
Fuck. I want the actual video.
Well, this is the ad.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just an ad, brother.
You're right.
You're like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking
Bro, I
explain
don't
it.
see ads. I got red now. I got the premium shit. This is still not the real shit. Just give me a second. You guys can.
Yeah,
Well, I think after this we'll wrap it up.
he's gonna be the one that's gonna make most of the money. Like out of this whole debacle, he's gonna be the one that's gonna pocket. Who's Reckless Ben? This guy?
No, this is the Patreon CEO.
Hmm.
I like that.
I was gangster as fuck. Sue us, bitch.
Yeah,
We'll have the whole fucking world behind us. Patreon, that's where everybody gets their money nowadays.
Yeah, but they have the bank. Not the entire world. Nobody's gonna come into
I'm
Patreon's
not saying the whole fucking
defense.
world, literally.
But nobody's
there's
going
shit
to
ton
Bricks and Minifigs defense.
No one is gonna go to either one. Is gonna be money towards money, right? So,
Alrighty, guys, that's gonna be it for today. We will see you guys next week.
of-
Peace.